Hello, welcome to our today's discussion. A good investor and a trader will always align himself with the market condition. He does not fight with the market. Let me repeat, a good investor and trader will always align himself with the market conditions. He does not fight with the market. So based on this analogy, today we will be discussing about what are some of the strong sectors, and based on the India's momentum and growth and the strong manufacturing hub which India has, what are the major sectors which are advantageous for this segment and the way forward in 2023 we will be focusing. First of all, India has outbeaten major economies, global nations in the last 1 year in terms of market returns. India is regarded as the second most popular manufacturing hub. And there are strong reasons why India will be doing good in major sectors for 2023. So now what we will do, let us discuss all of these areas one by one. First of all, we will be focusing in today's discussion on these broader concepts, right? So what are the broad sectors to focus in 2023? We will be discussing on the manufacturing growth prospects for India. We will discuss on Nifty sectoral returns in 2022. We will also focus on how you can be a smart investor, right? Rather than the general crowd. And lastly, we'll also discuss about headwinds for India. As I have told you, yes, India is regarded as the second most popular manufacturing hub. And there are various reasons for it. Let's discuss one by one all these reasons. First of all, yes, the government initiatives. There are a lot of government initiatives in various sectors, be it in capital expenditure, right? Be it in certain subsidies, in various aspects, government is pushing major sectors to bloom. And yes, India is a consumption story. There is a huge domestic demand potential where we can address many segments. Third, skilled manpower. India is the highest in terms of skilled manpower, and yes, a youngest generation in the globe. And yes, economically and politically, we are more stable, and at the present environment, both politically and economically, we are stable, and there is a strong export growth. China plus one narrative and Europe plus one narrative. What we will be doing on these segments, China plus one narrative and Europe plus one narrative, what are the sectors which gets highly benefited because of this, also we will be discussing. And yes, capital expenditure led growth. Many segments or sectors which are directly linked to the capital expenditure is also getting benefited, right? Before we come and discuss broader about these sectors, let me discuss with you about the Nifty sectoral returns in the last year 2022. First of all, everyone would be observing or would have a clear understanding that last 1 year, Nifty as an index, Nifty 50 has given a flat return of around 4.4% returns. But there are many sectors which has outperformed. Yes, there are outperformed sectors and even underperformed sectors. We'll be discussing one by one, and what are certain sectors which will do good in 2023 also we will be discussing. So let us walk through the Nifty sectoral returns. So when we look at outperformed and underperformed sectors, let's first discuss on what are all the sectors which have outperformed in 2022. Banking, yes, banking has outperformed by around 23.22% returns because the NPA levels has been the lowest in the last 10 years. in the overall banking segment, public sector unit banks, PSU banks, has actually outperformed the entire index. FMCG, fast moving consumer goods, has given 22.8% returns. Metals has given 21%. Auto has given 17.7%. Energy has given 16.5% returns. Oil and gas 15.1%. Financial services 11.3%. And infrastructure has given 9.3% returns. Whereas overall market Nifty 50 has given a flat 4.4% returns. But yes, there are many sectors which have given a double-digit return, and public sector unit, PSU bank sector, has given 70% returns in the last 1 year. Apart from this, yes, there are certain sectors which has underperformed as well, right? Now coming to the underperformed sectors, media has given a minus 3.6% returns, reality has given minus 7.6% returns, healthcare minus 9.1%, pharma minus 10.2% returns, and consumer durables minus 10.7%, IT minus 24.6% returns. So out of the last year in the underperformed sector, IT has been one of the worst performer with a minus 24.6% loss. So as an investor, right, as a smart investor, how to choose outperformed and how to avoid underperformed sectors is the key segment, right? Is the key segment. Now, overall market wise, even though it has given a lackluster performance, globally, right, India has a very strong dominance in many parts, right? So if you want to be a smart investor, let us walk through what is that you have to do. First of all, yes, a smart investor will not be a part of the general crowd, right? Yes. Sir, what do you mean by not being a part of the general crowd? You should not be having some darling companies or darling sectors, right? Yes, I love this sector or I love this company, so I just stick to it for a very, very longer period, right? So what did we discuss? A good investor or a good trader always aligns with the general market conditions. He does not fight with the market, right? He does not fight with the market. Now, there are many sectors which are at an advantage. For example, let's discuss one by one. Defense sector. If you look at defense segment, yes, sectorally, defense as a sector has been in news, and there were certain import restrictions, right? Anti-import restrictions. And because of the strong regulations in the defense ministry, there is a lot of indigenous order. Make in India theme has actually boosted the number of orders for defense related companies. If I just show you the order book of the defense companies, if you see certain companies like Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, BEL, Mazagon Dock Shipbuilding, and the other companies, with the market capitalization which HAL has, Hindustan Aeronautics, 83,988 crores, the order book is around 83,858 crores. And BEL, 73,000 crores is the market cap, which is the market price, the share price of the company into the number of outstanding shares will give you the market cap. Whereas the order book is around 55,450 crores here. And there are businesses like Mazagon Dock, Cochin Shipyard, wherein whatever the present market capitalization is, the order book which it has at present is 3 times its market cap. So even the company is able to execute half of its order also successfully. From here, we see a 100% growth in the market capitalization. So sector wise, there are many sectors which are highly promising. If the order book is being executed properly, that will in turn result in the increase in share price, right? Increase in share price. And apart from this, right? Apart from this, if we discuss on specialty chemicals, right? China plus one narrative. Because of the slowdown in China, and China is the hub for chemicals, specialty chemicals or bulk chemicals like that. And yes, they are more focusing on bulk chemicals, specialty chemicals, which is a niche segment where India has a dominance and India is acquiring the dominance on that. After China, India is one nation where the entire globe is watching at. And if you see the market penetration it has, or the broader capability which agrochemicals has, is around $9.2 billion, right? The overall market size. If you see dyes and pigments, it is $7.7 billion. Nutra ingredients, $2.4 billion. Surfactants, $2 billion. So there is a wider market in specialty chemicals. And yes, India has a larger opportunity to grab that segment. Third, steel. As on date, if you see, majority of the steel companies are showing a lot of strength. If you see companies like Surya Roshni, right? The latest quarterly results have been a wonderful return, wonderful results. And when compared to the last 1 year quarter return results, it has outperformed. Companies like Tata Steel, right? SAIL, and many steel companies are in the limelight, and it is showing a trending phase. Next, auto OEM, automobile, auto ancillaries, right? Auto original equipment manufacturers, because of the EV theme, right? Electrical vehicles theme, they are also showing a lot of strength. Companies like Rico Auto, Atul Auto, Mahindra CIE Auto, many of the OEM companies are showing a lot of strength now. And yes, PSU banks, as we have discussed, last year 22, it has given around 70% returns, and the major factor is lower net non-performing assets. And yes, we are at a levels of 1.3% as on September 2022, which is the lowest for the last 10 years. And yes, with this lower NPA levels, we expect a good profitable results in the upcoming quarters, right? Banks are expected to deliver a very good quarterly results. And yes, we need to keep a closer watch on this sector. And lastly, fertilizers, right? Many fertilizer related companies, FACT, Fertilizer and Chemical, NFL, right? Madras Fertilizers, many segments, many stocks in this sector also are showing a lot of strength. So yes, opportunities are huge for a person who can make money in the market, and instead of just following the general crowd and having some darling companies or sectors, you have to identify the strength in a sector, and there you have to be in. That is how a smart investor enters. And it would be incomplete if we do not discuss about what are the headwinds for India. Yes, right now, it's not completely a conducive environment in the market. There are rising global interest rates, right? High inflationary environment we are at, right? Geopolitical uncertainties are there, right? Certain political instabilities across the globe, it is there. And also falling growth in developed markets. If you see European economy, kind of a recessionary kind of a thing, right? US, high inflation, high rates. The Fed is also planning to increase the rates. So even though there are certain global factors impacting and there are headwinds for India, there are a lot of positive scenarios or positive situations which gives a clarity and more prospectiveness for the investors to invest in India. And yes, as a manufacturing hub, there are a lot of opportunities in major sectors. So what I want you to do, comment below what are all your key learnings in this discussion, and also what are the stocks or what are the sectors which you are closely following and where you are tracking to keep your investments into, right? Let me know what are your key learnings in the comments, and what are the key sectors or stocks which you are analyzing for you to place your investments in 2023. Okay, thank you.